This is the second video in a series about the machinery I'm using to help gather up, cut logs, and move brush from a few acres of New England woodlands. I needed a way to deal with the dozens, maybe hundreds of white pine trees that I removed from the neglected woods amid a project to create a park with hardwood trees, shrubs, and dog walking trails. As I mentioned in the debut video, I bought a Yanmar SA424 diesel tractor. This is the biggest one in their homeowner line of compacts, and also a hydraulic tine grapple that mounts on the front loader and uses a third function valve unit installed on the controller. The Yanmars are great tractors. They've made the diesel engines for lots of other tractor manufacturers like John Deere and Cub Cadet, as well as industrial and marine applications too. But Yanmar has its own formidable line. In order to use this 48-inch grapple from Worksaver rather than the tractor's standard bucket, for example, I had my Yanmar dealer set up a third function kit from WR Long. This utilizes the tractor's hydraulics and lets the operator have the additional function on the controller of opening and closing the grapple with the use of a switch. At first, it took me hours of practicing using the grapple to be able to pick up a stack of logs and move them someplace without dropping them on the way. In the videos, I'm still pretty new at it. I also use it to gather big piles of branches and roots. The biggest logs that were in bad shape I moved to a far corner of the woods and abandoned them there. Each of those weighed hundreds of pounds, but the tractor did fine lifting them. I like to get the RPMs revved up there to 2,500 or more for the heavier stuff. With the smaller diameter pine log lengths, I piled them up around the perimeter of the fields to save for friends who need firewood later for maple sugaring. Some hardwood trees unfortunately had to come down too, and those I piled up to be processed into firewood for wood stoves. Other smaller branches and chunks go out to the hayfields into brush piles for burning. Here I am in my barn where I keep the tractor, and just wanted to answer a question real quickly from one of the viewers. Someone was looking to know how to tap into the hydraulics and install the third function valve kit. I really wasn't involved in the installation. Unfortunately, I don't know very much about it because it was one less thing I didn't need to. One less project I didn't need to be involved with, which was helpful to me, but I would refer people to wrlonginc.com. Their website's really good. They have a frequently asked questions section, and they have some videos as well to help people with installations, or you could check with your dealer. But here's the joystick. There's the rocker switch that controls, in my case, the grapple opening and closing. And there's part of the kit right there. It goes next to the pedals. The hydraulics come into it and then continue out of it toward the front along the loader and are attached to the bracket in the front. Underneath the top of the frame, there's you really can't see in here, but there's some hydraulics, and the electrical wires from the kit connect there and then go. It's also pretty dark underneath behind the rear wheel, but that area back there is where the hydraulics come out. Looks like there are 4 hoses that come out of the hydraulic pump. Anyway, check out what you can learn from the manufacturer of the valve kit that you're going to use, and also check with your tractor dealer. That might be able to help. Early on in my tractor search, I considered other tractor manufacturers too, including possibly cheaper used manual shift tractors, but I finally decided that for the busy type work I would be doing with it, I wanted a new machine with power steering, an automatic transmission with hydrostatic forward and reverse pedals, 4-wheel drive, bigger wheels and tall clearance, and strong front end lifting capacity, so I settled on this 424. I hope this video was useful. Thanks for watching.